Hello everyone, thank you for coming. Solomon Talbert was born on February 25th, 1819 in Union County, Indiana to Richard and Rhoda Wickersham Talbert. The family moved to West Elkton when Talbert was an infant. Not much is known about Solomon's early upbringing. What we do know, however, is that Solomon married Hialeah Blanchard on August 22nd, 1839 in West Elkton. Together they had 11 children: Elvira, Stephen, Rhoda, Micah J., Lindley, Samuel, William, Emmeline, Enos, Sarah, and Mary. Solomon and his brother Isaiah built buggies on their farm east of West Elkton. Being Quakers, both held firm in their anti-slavery values, and they even used their craftsmanship to defend their ideas. Specifically, the brothers would construct buggies with false bottoms in order to hide slaves beneath the boards. Isaiah would later found the Talbert Buggy Factory in 1860, which burned down, although it burned down in 1914. Their business was successful, though, as even Levi Coffin is rumored to have used Talbert buggies in aiding slaves to freedom. Solomon worked in tandem with Newton and Lorenzo Stubbs to move loads of living freight, quote unquote, through West Elkton on their buggies. All of the abolitionists in town were aware of Talbert's wagon and their significance. In 1843, he and his wife founded the Elk Monthly Meeting of Anti-Slavery Friends. Around this time, Solomon would travel with fellow abolitionist Mary Wooten as she preached at Black Friends settlements. Together, they served on the Committee for the Concerns of the People of Color per minutes of that organization. In 1847, Talbert and James Smith, both bitter against the institution of slavery, opened a free labor store in West Elkton. It opposed the use of unpaid labor of slaves to make goods, but this made prices much higher than that of their counterparts. Consequently, they were not financially complete. Could not financially compete, so the business closed in 1851 at a financial loss, but a moral gain. After a fulfilling life on April 17, 1884, Solomon Talbert succumbed to pneumonia. He was buried at the Friends Cemetery adjoining the church and its values that he so deeply fought for. I would like to add just a couple more statements on Solomon, because I don't think this explains why we are inducting him fully. So Clara Eby wrote a history of West Elkton and in the section she dedicated on the Underground Railroad, she discusses Solomon Talbert's wagon and live cargo, and I think that's where that quote comes from. Mr. Talbert and his wagon make multiple appearances in the few sources of information that we have on the Underground Railroad. For instance, Levi Coffin talks about a friend Brown near Camden hiding runaways, but mentions that they were delivered by Solomon Talbert and his wagon. This bio mentions two Stubbs who also transported runaway slaves in their wagons. What the research actually said was that they were no less zealous about being ready to transport runaways as Solomon Talbert. In other words, he was the gold standard in terms of transporting runaways in all the research that I have found. So, and the most to ever run away at once was 28. They were brought through Preble County. We'll never know which 3 West Elkton residents brought them through Preble County, but I would be shocked if Solomon Talbert turned that one down. And that's why I consider this such a privilege to induct him into the Preble County Hall of Honor. And with that, I'd like to give the mic back to Brittany, the Historical Society History Director. Thank you.